Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for today's Reformer Tower Combo Unit workout. On the Reformer, you'll need your Pilates long box and either one blue or one red spring attached. On the tower, attach your push-through bar top-loaded from one red spring and then two long yellow springs with foot loops attached at the push-through bar height. Lastly, you'll need your wooden dowel attached to two short yellow springs from the top of the tower. With no distractions. Have a seat on your long box with feet on the headrest, but climb up to the top of the tower so that you can reach for the push-through bar, hands wide on the bar. Sitting directly on top of your sits bones, roll the shoulders up, back, and down, keeping your elbows straight. Inhaling and exhaling. The carriage will move slightly. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Reverse your circles.
Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for.
Now protract and retract the shoulder blades, squeezing your shoulder blades together in the back and then releasing them to the side body. Inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other.
With the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free.
Now bend your elbows wide apart and pull your chest to the bar. Inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other, keeping the elbows high and wide but the shoulders low. Now for a low row, bend your elbows narrow towards your side body. Inhale and exhale. Keep your torso really still as you bend and straighten your arms. Do this again with palms face up. Now for some pelvic tucking. Keep your arms straight, palms face down, and exhale as you scoop the belly and tuck your tail without shrinking off the ceiling. So imagine your head is against the ceiling, and as you tuck your tail, don't lower your head down off of the ceiling.
I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes.
Place your right hand in the center of the bar, lift your left arm off and overhead and reach behind you, rotating the spine. Make sure your head, shoulder girdle, and pelvic girdle are in alignment. Then exhale as you scoop the belly and tuck your tail, getting into your oblique muscles.
These beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town.
Return your left arm to the center of the bar. Inhale the right arm up and overhead, back behind you as you rotate to the right. Keep that tall, lifted position, head on the ceiling, and then tuck and untuck the tail.
Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest, blow the smoke through my cigarette.
Return your right hand to the bar. Hands are wide on the bar, and you're going to walk your hips forward towards the front edge of your box for a roll down. Inhale, grow tall, Then exhale, contract those deep low abs and roll all the way down the spine, sequentially moving bone by bone until you extend into the well. Then tip your chin and do an ab curl to roll up. Roll forward over your legs, bringing your carriage to the back end of the machine, stretch, and then do this again, rolling all the way down. Arch back if it's okay for your head and neck. Inhale deeply, then exhale, tip the chin, curl all the way up, and roll forward over your legs. Continue this for a couple of more repetitions.
When I'm in this town, look at these beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Stars, I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes.
Return your carriage home and then come off the machine so that you can detach the push-through bar from the red spring. This time you'll need your wooden dowel and then have a seat back on the box as you were before. Sitting tall, close to the middle or back of your box, arms straight, inhale, then exhale, pull your bar to your chest. The carriage will move slightly, make sure you come to a stop, and then slowly straighten the arms. You want the carriage to move, you just don't want it to ricochet back and forth. This will help you utilize both the concentric and eccentric contractions of the muscle.
Do you recall when we were young, running from all things at once, without thinking twice?
Now for crazy driver. I'm scooting a little bit forward so I have plenty of box behind me. Tilt to the right, then curl partway down your back, and then curl up the left side. Center yourself at the top, then go down the left side, around and up the right side. Come to the center at the top, and continue to reverse direction each time.
I gotta stay here for some time.
Stay tall and lifted at the top, then bend your elbows, bringing the bar towards your low abdomen. Hesitate for a moment, then slowly straighten the arms. This time you'll bend the elbows, bringing the bar towards the upper abdomen, lower chest, and then slowly straighten. The next time you'll bring the bar really high towards your neck or your chin, and then reach to straight. This is going to be your pattern, going low, middle, and high.
I gotta stay here for some time. Bruises, they come and they go, and we have to try and keep up, 'cause this life's so much more. If you found a way out, come seek me out.
Straighten your arms and turn your palms to face up. Contract your deep low abs and curl part way back and hold steady. Then bend and straighten your elbows for bicep curls. Slow and controlled, hesitating once you've bent the arms, and then slowly straightening again.
Distant call. The devil will never be welcome here at all. The sky is gray, I guess that's what it takes to feel a little lonely is a state. Do you feel our love is the only thing that is real?
Return to an upright position, then turn your palms to face down again. Scoot forward on the box and roll all the way down on your back. Head stays curled forward. Right leg lifts into a chair position, arms are straight, holding onto the bar. Extend your right leg as you curl up into a teaser position, inhaling, then exhale, bend the knee as you roll down. You'll do this 4 times on this leg. Now switch and do the other leg, lifting it into a chair position, extending as you rise up, and then bending the knee on the way down.
Fading like a distant call. I do not remember those days at all, but I will never be here if it was.
Now lift both legs into a chair position, tip the chin and curl up, trying to extend your legs to straight if possible, then bend the knees and roll back down. Your bar will be either on top of your shins or in front of your knees when you're coming down, depending on the length of your arms and legs. Extend and bend. You have one more.
Nothing more. Lesson learned, a slight state of hope that you
Place your feet down on the headrest and curl all the way up so that you can come off the machine. I'd like you to switch your wooden dowel springs to a lower position, closer to the height of where your push-through bar is loaded. I'm also wrapping a sticky pad around my bar. This may or may not be necessary for you. Have a seat on the box so you can lie down again as you were earlier. Bring your legs up into a chair position and place that bar in front of your knees or thighs. Holding on with your hands just for support so the bar doesn't slip off, you're going to crunch and pull those knees in towards your chest, keeping your head and chest curled up into an ab curl. Exhale as the knees draw in. Inhale as you reach them back towards the tower, using those deep low abdominal muscles to help you pull the knees in each time.
you brought us down. I told you so. Oh, how I wish I didn't care that.
Curl all the way up to a seated position, come off the machine, and return that wooden dowel back to the top of your tower, and you can remove the sticky pad if you have it on there. Next, you're going to be laying on your abdomen on the long box facing the tower, and your hands will be on the unloaded push-through bar.
Finding the way back is all I know.
I'm using my feet against the foot bar to help me get into position and to reach the push-through bar. However, you may feel that the foot bar's in the way and you may want it all the way down into a low position. With your head in line with the spine, bend your elbows wide apart, pulling yourself underneath the push-through bar. Then extend the arms to straight. Each time you bend the elbows, try to rotate them up towards the sky.
But I'm not quite there, ready for love. It's been alright without you here, though it was better when you were there right by my side.
Now, keeping the arms straight, rise up into a swan position, gently pulling on the carriage, then lower down with control. Your legs should be long and strong behind you, heels together, toes slightly apart.
But now I've been there, done that, I'm fine by then. We were on a high, but now we're letting go, and finding the way back is all I know.
Release the push-through bar and carefully return your carriage, then come into a child's pose on top of the box to stretch your low back.
Fine by then, I'll be fine by then. We were on a high, but now we're letting go, and finding the way back is all I know. All I know. From now, I'm thinking about
Remove the box and put it away. Then switch your springs to one red and one blue spring.
I'll be fine by then.
Now you'll need your long yellow springs that are attached at that push-through bar height with foot loops attached to them, and you're going to lie down on your back. Head is on the headrest. Then you're going to put your feet up inside those foot loops.
Back at the spot where you first kissed me. I don't feel a thing, although I should. I learned my lesson last year, and now I'm fine again.
Keeping the feet squeezed together, press your legs to straight. Raise your legs up. They can be parallel or turned out as you lower and lift them. Inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. As we've been doing this whole class, make sure you're moving nice and slow and hesitating at the bottom and the top so that the carriage doesn't fling in either direction.
I'm minding just my own, so when we meet again, I'm fine by then. Fine by then, I'll be fine by then.
Captured in a photograph. Remember how we used to sit in the vine.
Open into circles at the top. Squeeze the legs together at the bottom, then lift them back up the center. Inhaling on the way down, squeeze tight together, then exhale to lift up, keeping your pelvis nice and still by using your deep low abdominal muscles.
Sooner than we're gone. And sometimes I think about it all night. Staring to the street lights, wonder where we'd be if nothing would have changed. If we'd have stayed the same, never killed the flame. Would we hold our ground if nothing would have changed?
Reverse the circles at the top. Press down, inhale. Open your feet as wide as your carriage, then bring them up and lower again. Inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other, making sure to squeeze tightly at the top before lowering the legs down each time.
Spells out your name, yeah. You said you had to change your heart, that Albany just left you all the same. I could see enough to know you better up.
Once you're at the top, bend into a frog position, heels together, knees slightly apart. Extend the legs to straight, then bend them back. When you bend your knees, they're only going barely wider than your springs are, or maybe aiming for your armpits rather than the outer edges of the machine.
Would we hold our ground if nothing would have changed? Would you take my name, stay through the rain? Would we hold our ground? Could we hold our ground? Could we hold our ground?
This time, bend into frog and transition into dolphin. Extend your legs up, press them down, and then bend into frog. Again, without moving the carriage, extend your legs up, press them down towards the floor, then bend them into frog.
If nothing would have changed, we'd have stayed the same. Never killed the flame. Would we hold our ground? If nothing would have changed, would you take my
Now reverse direction. Press out low, lift up high, trying to get your carriage into the bumper. Without moving the machine, bend into frog. Push out to straight, lift up high, and then bend the feet down towards your bottom. Press your legs to straight and go into big scissors. One leg goes up as the other goes down. Then you switch. This is where your foot bar may get in your way, so just be careful not to hurt your feet against the bar.
Boys don't cry under the influence, you and I.
Transition into helicopter, swiveling the legs back and forth, crossing your upper inner thighs in one direction and then the other.
Boys don't cry, boys don't cry. Endless game, when's it gonna end? We became.
Bend your legs into a tabletop or chair position. Make sure your knees are directly over your hips. Then extend just your right leg, then just your left leg. Your carriage should stay really still. Make sure you're inhaling deeply and exhaling completely.
Look ahead.
Transition into single leg stretch. One knee draws in towards you as the other one extends. Inhaling and exhaling, keeping control of the carriage and moving those legs simultaneously.
Boys don't cry, boys don't cry. We're in fear. Is it just
Return to chair position, then extend and bend the legs, moving slow and controlled so the carriage doesn't fling in either direction, and making sure the legs stay parallel this time, different than when we did the frog maneuver.
boys don't cry? Boys don't cry under the influence.
Draw the legs in for a froggy stretch, holding on to the springs or your ankles. Now straighten the legs overhead and stretch the hamstrings.
Boys don't cry. Endless game. When's it gonna end? We became.
Remove the straps from your feet and let them go, and then do a piriformis stretch. Right ankle across your left thigh. Keep your tailbone aiming down as you draw your knees in towards your abdomen. Switch legs and make sure to flex your feet if this bothers your knees at all. Hug your knees in and rock side to side to give yourself a gentle massage. Come up to a seated position, be on one red spring and high bar.
I've seen your face only once this weekend.
While seated, walk your carriage over to the tower end and grab the push-through bar with your right hand. Legs come up into a fourth position, right shin against the shoulder pads. If you can, reach for your foot bar with the other hand. Now side stretch over towards your tower, then reach back to your foot bar and lean the hips away, having a push-pull action with the arms. Return the carriage towards the foot bar and side bend to the tower. And then again, reach for the foot bar and lean away.
If you show me this, I'll give you that. Everything we ever wanted, and this, for what it's worth, give it a try. But if we stay like this, then you know what? Then I don't wanna see.
Now rise up and rotate to face the push-through bar, both hands going wide on it, giving yourself a tall, lifted twist before we switch sides. Flip those legs over to face the other side of your machine. Now your left hand is on the push-through bar and your right arm is reaching towards the foot bar. You side over and stretch towards your tower, hanging off that push-through bar. And then you'll inhale, rising up, returning your right hand to the foot bar if you can reach it, and lean your hips away and stretch through the arms, having a push-pull action with those arms.
What it's worth, give it a try. But if we stay like this, then you know what? Then I don't wanna seize the moment. So let's, for what it's worth, give it a try.
Inhale, rise up, rotate so both hands are on the push-through bar. Give yourself a tall, lifted, twisted stretch, inhaling and exhaling to finish. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next week for another workout.